Great throw, great catch.
Lee Hicks finally making the stop.
It is 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line of Northern Illinois. Cal State Fullerton trying to go in front here. 10:40 left in third quarter action. Allen. Incomplete. Intended for Pruitt. He thought he was interfered with. The official says, no, that was a great defensive play.
He's got a point. It is darn close. It looked like to me that he got bumped right as he was going up for the football. And he put the ball up. You see this run quite often. And it looks like to me the defensive man hits him and impedes his progress to the ball. In fact, the defensive man is not going for the football. He's going for the receiver.
Jeff Sanders over there with him.
There should be no question about that call.
But it's 2nd and 10. Pitts wide left. They fire, incomplete. They say that Pitts did not come up with it at the 5-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 10. Steve Hirsch was there with him.
That's a pretty good shortstop play by Alan Pitts, but that ball did bounce. 3rd down. They still can get a first down without scoring. Need to get to about the 3-yard line.
James Pruitt headed out. Cornelius Reddick in. For Cal State Fullerton, Reddick will go wide to the right side. Bring Alan Pitts wide left. The tight end, Bob Kemp, is left and split the running backs. Damon Allen wrapped up and dropped back at the 24-yard line. A big play by the Northern Illinois defense, and it was Don Sobel, the defensive end, the first man there.
That is a big league play. Sheldon Sobel makes a big league play. A lot of pressure. They blitz. They're bringing everybody from the outside. You see Lee Hicks coming in. Sheldon Sobel, the first one to get there, wrapping him up, almost taking Fullerton State out of field goal position. And I would not rely on seeing a field goal at this point.
Greg Steinke will try it. Sheldon Sobel with a big play. Todd White the hold. It'll be a 40-yard attempt. Steinke hits it and hits it well. It is no good. Wide to the left side, and we're still tied here at the Cow Bowl. With 9:46 left in the third quarter of play, it is still Cal State Fullerton 10, Northern Illinois 10. Want to see the reaction of a missed kick here, Greg Steinke.
Can you imagine your whole life is wrapped up on just a few seconds each Saturday? Greg Steinke knows it's no good. He's beginning to feel the overwhelming burden of a miss, and there it is. Everybody else says, Greg.
He reacted. Todd White, his holder, reacted. We're still tied at 10. Northern Illinois with a football. And nothing there. It's going to be 2nd and 10. Terry Hubbard and Andre Pineset made the stop, and let's go down now to Greg White on the sideline. Greg?
I know that field goal attempt did not make it, but Alan Pitts was on the receiving end of a double outplay. You guys are continuing the wide open style of football.
Yes. I don't know. Hey, we're playing a pretty good game. We've had a few mistakes, but I'm hoping we can clear everything up in the second half and just take it to them, win this game. Means a whole lot to Cal State Fullerton.
And the PC2A now back up to the booth.
It is 2nd down 8 for Northern Illinois. The give to Lou Wicks, the fullback. He's still on his feet and has the first down across the 35 to the 37-yard line before Mark Collins, the cornerback, could knock him down. Lou Wicks has turned in a couple of big plays here.
If I'd have been that strong, I'd have still been playing for Ed. Gee whiz. Lou Wicks, stocky, strong guy, just to give. Great blocking up front by Hara and group. He spins around there, and he finally gives Mark Collins quite a headache. Mark Collins, though, comes in and makes his stop.
There you see Lou Wicks' season. And it is 1st and 10, Northern Illinois, just shy of the 40 at their own 38-yard line. Richardson, the tailback, getting the call, is barely across the 40. Gain of about 3. Joe Aguilar, the nose guard, knocked him down. They keep running at him.
They seem to keep wanting to test him. Joe Aguilar, with PC2A Defensive Lineman of the Year. He is a strong guy, 240 pounds. There's the give to Daryl Richardson. Now watch Aguilar come underneath. He never moves. And I think Richardson did the right thing. He jumped over him. That's a case when you really don't want to stay on the ground with a big guy like that.
Good play by Aguilar. 2nd down 7, Northern Illinois. Just across the 40-yard line. Spiker in motion left. Richardson again, slips, keeps his footing, hit from behind and knocked forward. to about the 44-yard line. Mark Collins, the cornerback, came up and drilled him, and we have a little extracurricular activity, but it's very quickly broken up down there, and Northern Illinois is going to look at third down here. The Holiday Bowl coming up, Brigham Young and Missouri on Friday night, December 23rd on many of these same stations. Missouri, a good solid football team. BYU likes to air it out. That's kind of like this game we're seeing here today.
I think people will get a treat seeing Steve Young throw that football. What a left-hander he is.
Third down 3, Northern Illinois at their own 43-yard line. Terrell wants to throw it. He does. It is incomplete, intended for the tight end at the 50-yard line. And Northern Illinois will give the football up. Al Clark that time. Strong defensive play for Cal State Fullerton.
Al Clark playing that defensive end position. 6'1", only 200 pounds, a senior, but boy, can he run. Had Reggie Sims open all the way, a little bit underthrown by Tim Terrell.
Todd Van Keppel on the punt. And going deep is Corin Reddick for Cal State Fullerton. Van Keppel with 57 punts this year, averaged 40.5 yards a kick. He had a 50-plus yarder earlier. Reddick takes it on the run and is hit immediately and dropped at the 22-yard line. Boy, the Northern Illinois punt coverage team really reacting here. We have timeout with 7:10 left in our third quarter. Northern Illinois 10, Cal State Fullerton 10 is our score. Cal State Fullerton will launch this drive from their own 12. They were penalized for roughing. It is 1st and 21 at the 11-yard line. The Citrus Bowl tonight on many of these same stations, Tennessee and Maryland from Florida. Hope you enjoy that one. Hope you're enjoying this one. Quite a ball game. 1st and 21 for Cal State Fullerton at their own 11-yard line. Damon Allen wants to throw. Incomplete, nearly intercepted. It's going to be ruled incomplete. Both sides had a shot at it. Now you talk about a wild play that could have turned the ball game. That was it right there.
I don't know who hit that ball last, but I never saw it touch the ground, and it could have almost been a great reception by Pat McAvoy. We see the pass. Now, Pitts, it's first tipped by Griffin, and again, the offensive guy, Pitts, keeps it alive. There's 21 coming up, Lee Hicks, and finally it looks like to me that Pat McAvoy makes the interception. We get a look from the end zone angle. The throw. Now Griffin should tip this ball, and of course Pitts keeps it up. Ed looked like it hit the ground. Great tip drill. Great tip drill.
It looked like a volleyball game. It turns out to be no play, and now somebody has jumped off sides. It looks like the first day of the annual flag festival down there. 3 flags. Let's go down to the field while they sort this one out. Greg Wyatt is on the sideline. Greg?
I think Daryl Richardson knows all about number 74, Joe Aguilar, the most feared guy in the BCAA. A tremendous spear unassisted tackle on him.
Oh, yeah, it's just one of those things that, it hasn't been coming my way very often, but I take advantage when it gets there.
This team has lost 4 games this year, and 3 of them when you were not in the lineup. Can you guys win this one?
We're going to try. We got everybody healthy. The only guy we don't got healthy back is Lee Miller. He's just good corner. He's all-American cornerback. We're doing pretty good. We just can't shut their attack right now, but we're going to try something different. We've been trying it.
Your defense has been so opportunistic all year.
Yeah, we had our ups and downs. We've been practicing a lot harder and working on a lot of things that we've been messing up in the last 3 games. Like you said, we lost the last 3 games, and it's due to injuries and other things.
But you're healthy now, so let's go back upstairs for the next quarter and a half.
All right, Greg White, you just saw Rip Calhoun being stopped after a short gain. Pat McAvoy made the tackle for Northern Illinois. It's going to be 3rd down 22 for the Titans of Cal State Fullerton. They were penalized 5. The football is now at the 9.5-yard line.
This is a real test for Gene Murphy. We're going to see how exciting he is. This is 3rd down, and if he airs the ball out right here, he wants this ball game, and he'll do most anything to get it, I'll tell you.
Anybody with enough courage to call their wife Bruiser, which he does, has got enough courage to throw it in his own goal line.
I guarantee you, I would not call mine Bruiser.
No. High formation, Pruitt wide to the left side. There's a slot back left. That's Lockett. Allen takes a look. He's going to try to sprint it out of there. He's knocked down at the 15-yard line, and the Titans are going to have to give it up. Sheldon Sobel made the stop for Northern Illinois, and with 6:05 left in the third quarter, we're still tied at 10, and the Huskies of Northern Illinois are going to get the football back. Double receivers back for Northern Illinois. There's your punter, Vince Camachi. Rich Burns is back, along with Joe Law. Jeff Sanders. Camachi hits it at the 5-yard line and really drives the football. Sanders retreating inside his own 45, hit and knocked down at the 45-yard line of Cal State Fullerton. Good field position here for Northern Illinois. With 5:30 left in the third quarter, we are still tied at 10-10.
Guido, this inventory. We've got too many sardines, not enough salmon.
We all could see it coming.
Come on, where to? The future.
And now that time's at hand.
Computers? We don't know computers. They do.
Make friends with the future at Computerland. Make friends with the future at Computerland.
We've helped more kinds of people buy more kinds of computers than any other store in the world.
The future looks pretty good.
If you're looking for an investment firm, I've got some advice for you. I want to tell you the single best way to choose that investment firm. Just ask a lot of investors a lot of questions. Ask if their broker really listens, really cares, and ask them how they're doing. I'm telling you this because I believe you're going to hear a lot of good things about one company, Dean Witter. I think you'll find Dean Witter worth asking about.
Dean Witter, worth asking about.
We're scoreless so far in the third quarter, a 10-10 tie with 5:30 left in the third period. Good field position here, Ken Willard, for Northern Illinois. Maybe the game turning just a little bit right now. We'll find out.
I don't know if there is a turn with these two teams.
Well, I tell you, they have been well matched here today. We're at the 45-yard line of Cal State Fullerton, and here comes the reverse.
There's no one there.
This is Carl Akins at the 25, hit from behind and brought down at the 20-yard line. It'll be first down, Northern Illinois. John Nevins, a linebacker, finally ran Carl Akins down from behind. Big play for the Huskies.
Well, of course, they turn around and use their own medicine on him. Carl Akins, it looks like the quarterback, Terrell's going to roll out. He hands off to Akins, the senior flanker. And I tell you, there's nobody in front of Akins. Kelly Ross comes back in the picture, number 11. But gee whiz, finally chased down by John Nevins. He could have walked in.
First and 10 Huskies. Akins has been a big play man all year. That's a big play. The fullback, Joel Kincaid, got nothing. So Cal State Fullerton reacting as Terry Hubbard made the stop. And let's go down to the field and Steve Grad with Pat McAvoy.
Pat, I'll tell you what, the defense of NIU stopped them, but you were involved in that volleyball play. What happened on there?
That was a good catch. I'm afraid to say that the referee made a bad call on that because the receiver hit the ball up and one of our defensive backs hit it, so it was a good catch.
Well, I'll tell you what, though, from our angle, we had 3 replays. It did look like it touched the ground.
It was a catch. No, it was a catch.
Okay. Pat, thanks a lot. Thank you. Back upstairs.
Don't fight him, Steve. He's fired up. And he's got pads on. 2nd and 11 now, Northern Illinois. Fake to Kincaid. Terrell on the options. Going to keep. He's at the 15 and Bulldog. Knocked down there with 4:16 left in the third quarter. John Nevins, the linebacker, made the play.
Now, if you're Bill Mallory, I'm sure you don't want to come away from here with 3 points because this Fullerton State team is so explosive that you couldn't rest with 3-point lead with these guys. And I know he wants to get that ball in there for 6 points.
3rd and 6. Lou Wicks back in the game at fullback. Greg Spiker brought a play off the sideline. Again, a 10-10 tie. It is 3rd and 6. Northern Illinois at the Cal State Fullerton 15-yard line. The I formation. Harrell fakes the handoff, wants to throw, complete to Lou Wicks at the 5, still on his feet to the 4. First down, Northern Illinois, before Al Clark could bring him down. And Lou Wicks turns in his 3rd big play of the game.
Well, Lou Wicks has really been a kingpin in this offense so far. 5'9", 5'8", 189 pounds. He's not a big guy, but you won't find many tougher. There's John Nevins is going to hit him first. Now, he's an all-PC 2A linebacker. And Lou Wicks just runs past him like he's not there. Keeps on his feet, spins. Boy, the life of a fullback.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line. Richardson gets the call. He's close. Touchdown, Northern Illinois, and the Huskies grab the lead back. Darrell Richardson, the sophomore tailback from Carroll Stream, Illinois.
Well, there's John Nevins again. Again, he's an all-league performer. But when Lou Wicks gets angry, he gets angry. and he just runs right over top of him, allowing Daryl Richardson to dive into the end zone.
16-10, the Huskies of Northern Illinois in front. Then Scott will attempt the extra point. Spiker with the hold. The kick is up. It is good. Timeout here with 3:13 left in the third quarter. Northern Illinois has gone in front of Cal State Fullerton 17-10. The Huskies have grabbed the lead deep in third quarter play at the Cowboys.
The athlete's foot for shoes to stride in. Shoes for scuffing. Shoes to ride in.
Shoes for dunking.
Shoes for smashing. The athlete's foot for shoes.
Nike shoes for any sport, on the volleyball, basketball, or tennis court. When you run in Nike, you run to win. So for new Nike shoes, just run right into the Athlete's Foot store. And when you split, you'll have shoes by Nike with a perfect fit.
A fit by the pros, cause nobody knows the athlete's foot like the athlete's foot.
Run right in.
Taking home movies on my daughter's 8th birthday sounded okay to me, until she said ice skating. Good thing for me, I've got JVC's new compact video camera and recorder. Good thing they only weigh about 7 pounds. This camera's got through-the-lens autofocusing. Watch, it's even got optional titling.
Next year, how about a ski party?
JVC Portable VHS Video. When you want to relive a memory, we take you there.
Northern Illinois just took it 45 yards in 5 plays and scored. Let's go down to Steve Grad and talk about how it happened.
Blue Wicks, you made a great catch to set up the touchdown, then a great block. Why don't you tell us about it as we watch that catch you made to set up the score?
Well, it's our simple delay. I come out and hit the end, and the end dropped off. You'll see here there's nobody around. The linebackers come and just slide across the middle.
Then when you got hit, you didn't even seem to go down.
Well, I thought he was going to overrun the play. Just started going for the goal line.
You're a tough customer, Lou Wicks, I'll tell you.
Last game, I'm going for it.
Lou Wicks, nice job, congratulations. We're ready for the kick.
Steve, I think you said the right thing. He's a tough customer.
Roy Lewis moves up, takes it at the 5-yard line. At the 10, handed it off to Corn Reddick, who dropped it, now picks it up, and Reddick is going to be stopped at the 11-yard line. And Cal State Fullerton trying a little razzle-dazzle on a kickoff return, and it backfired on it. It did not turn out.
The tricky play can go both ways, and at this point, it looks like they've got something going. Lewis, who has led them in kickoff returns all year, tries to hand the ball off to Corn Reddick, and Corn Reddick just simply drops the football. Rick Considine in there, finally making the stop, but put him in a hole.
So Cal State Fullerton again with bad field position, starting at their own 10-yard line, 1st and 10, down by 7 points, and Northern Illinois capitalized on a good field position. They started that drive at the 45-yard line of Cal State Fullerton. There's a drop pass in the backfield. Is it going to be ruled a forward pass? Well, that could have been dangerous. They did not try to recover the football. If that had been a lateral.
From this angle, it looked like a lateral.
It did. There's a flag down on the play now. The flag down away from the football on the near sideline. 17-10 Northern Illinois. Illegal procedure. Cal State Fullerton. The Titans have really been hurting themselves the last couple of drives.
Well, they're a little tight right now, and it looks like to me, yeah, that looks dead even, actually. But it could have gone either way, and you would not have been surprised. Now, if you had to coach a young running back, the first thing you'd tell him is get on that football. Yep. Don't take any chance, and don't wait for the referee to call it.
Northern Illinois has had the field position here in the third quarter, and they've taken advantage of it. Here's the call and the penalty.
Illegal procedure. Offense declined. 2nd down.
2nd and 10. The Titans of Cal State Fullerton at their own 11.
We know who he's for. Marshy.
Damon Allen splits the running backs. Takes the handoff, looking up the sideline. And it is complete to Todd Gerhardt. He's out of bounds around the 15-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play. Gerhardt, the fullback, knocked out of bounds by Gary Slinger, a defensive end for Northern Illinois. Gerhardt with 13 catches during the year for 150 yards. Titans going without a huddle, down by 7. 3rd down, 6. They've been jammed down at this end their last 2 possessions. Damon Allen with good protection now gets some heat. Cuts it loose to Roy Lewis. And that is going to be close to, but a little shy of the 1st down at the 20-yard line, Rick Rubin. on the defensive play. There's Roy Lewis, number 32. Here are the penalties in the game so far. Fullerton penalized 8 times, 75 yards. Northern Illinois 5 times for 40 yards. There hasn't been a turnover in the ball.
That's very surprising. Fullerton hurting themselves somewhat with those unnecessary
Illegal procedure. Offense.
That's the 3rd procedure penalty on this drive.
Now they're really putting themselves and really burning themselves right now. They've got to get themselves together, and they're going to have to rely on the defense to make it work.
Jeff Sanders and Steve Hirsch are back for Northern Illinois. Vince Camachi, the punter, standing on his own goal line for Cal State Fullerton. Well, they need to do something to get the football off their end of the field. 2:50 left in the 3rd quarter.
You sort of get the impression that Northern Illinois could start decimating you and picking you apart if they so wanted to.
Camachi hits it, not that well. The flag is down, and the kick was taken.
Roughing the kicker.
Jeff Sanders.
Big break for Fullerton State. Big break for Fullerton State.
Well, let's see what this does for the Titans. They're going to get the football back. The Huskies would have had great field position again, but it's not going to work out that way.
It could not have come at a better time for Fullerton. Bottled up in their own end zone most of the second half, getting a little help from Northern Illinois on the punt.
Gary Slinger wanting to block a little bit too badly.
Roughing the kicker. Automatic first down.
Well, you know, you can't fault your defensive guy. We're going to get a chance to watch this. Of course, Camachi's getting ready to kick the ball. And Slinger just simply makes the dumbest mistake of them all. He just stumbled into him.
Knew it, hit himself in the head as soon as he had made the play. So the Titans of Cal State Fullerton get it out of their own 30-yard line. They are off their goal line. They have better field position. Let's see what they do with it. Todd Gerhardt doesn't get much, a couple of yards. It'll be 2nd and 8. Pat McAvoy, who has had a very big second half, made the stop along with nose guard Doug Bartlett for the Huskies that time. 2:29 left in 3rd quarter play. Northern Illinois leading Cal State Fullerton 17-10. Bill Mallory.
Bill Mallory knows that Fullerton State team is capable of coming back at any time in a ball game. They're very much, of course, in this game, only down by 7 points, and I'm sure with a lot more cards to deal.
Rightly or wrongly, you had the feeling Northern Illinois was about to take control of the football game.
That's true.
I formation. 2nd down 8. Cal State Fullerton. Damon Allen with a pitch to Roy Lewis. Oh, big defensive play by the Huskies of Northern Illinois again. Lee Hicks, the free safety, and Gary Slinger, the defensive end, were there.
Well, the guy who made that tackle was Gary Slinger. The guy who made the play was Lee Hicks, the cornerback. Watch him come up here, and he just takes the blocker right on out of the play, and there, of course, leaves Gary Slinger alone with the running back. Not much to it when you got a defensive end.
3rd down and 12. Cal State Fullerton now at their own 28-yard line. Damon Allen. Going to get dropped at the 19-yard line by Steve O'Malley. O'Malley, a 244-pound junior.
You almost come away with the impression that Damon Allen could avoid Steve O'Malley if he wanted to, and he just sort of took him for granted, but watch the big hand reach out and grab him, and from the moment he grabbed that jersey, there was no hope.
O'Malley, a junior from Oak Forest, had 6 tackles for losses during the season. That's probably the biggest one of the year right there. So again, Camachi in to punt. And again for Northern Illinois, Sanders and Hirsch set up at the 45-yard line. And the Titans lost all that field position that they gained with the penalty of roughing the kicker. That time, Jeff Sanders takes the kick, and again, Northern Illinois comes out of all this with solid field position. They're going to take over at their own 45-yard line with 29 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
I think it can be said that Fullerton State is really hurting themselves right now. And, you know, you cannot give a team like Northern Illinois field position at the 50 or on in and expect that they're not going to walk away with some points. They've got too solid on offense.
We've agreed on that, and I bet we agree on this. They're still only down 17-10. One play can turn this whole thing back in the other direction.
Well, you would never count on Fullerton State.
No.
They could explode on a moment's notice.
1st and 10, Northern Illinois, their own 45. Tim Terrell has them out of the huddle. Kurt Partridge wide to the right side. Carl Aikens wide left. Option play, Richardson the fullback. At the 50, little bit of running room. Across the 45 and has a first down at the 44. Good second effort that time by Darrell Richardson. Mark Pembroke, the free safety, stopped him. You're watching the California Bowl from Fresno, California. The Bluebonnet Bowl, New Year's Eve from the Astrodome in Houston, will pit Baylor against Oklahoma State. Southwest Conference and the Big Eight will tangle in Houston. 1st and 10, Northern Illinois at the 44-yard line of Fullerton. Good fake. Long throw to Spiker. Incomplete. Knocked out at the 2-yard line. Dale Thompson was back there with him, coming off the corner to help break up the play. We have a timeout here. We have come to the end of the 3rd quarter, and our score is now Northern Illinois 17, Cal State Fullerton 10. And again, this is the California Bowl, 1 quarter to go, 17-10, Northern Illinois leading Cal State Fullerton. Ken Willard, any impressions at this point?
My impression is that Northern Illinois is beginning to use that muscle that we talked about earlier to take control of this ball game.
2nd down 10, Huskies. They are at the 44-yard line of Cal State Fullerton. They have Partridge in motion. Lou Wicks, the fullback. The 20-yard line, the 15-yard line, another big play with a senior fullback from Champaign, Illinois. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line before Henson and Pembroke could bring him down for Cal State Fullerton. Lou Wicks just continues to get it done.
Listen, that fake was so good we even lost him, because there he goes. You can see him at the bottom of your screen. Lou Wicks is having a great day, and of course they're running little quick opening plays, primarily right at Joe Aguilar, and you wouldn't think they'd do that.
10 carries, 104 yards, his biggest day of the year, and it comes in the California Bowl. His previous big day, 86 yards against Kansas, and their biggest win of the year. You think Lou Wicks responds? This is Richardson looking for room, dragged down by the jersey. Let's go down to the sideline and meet Steve Grant again. Steve?
Northern Illinois is driving, and Steve O'Malley made the big sack on defense to set it up. Is Allen a little bit easier to get to in the second half?
Well, the linemen are getting a little bit tired now, and we're just trying to set up a nickel defense, which is a good pass rushing defense, and that frees us up a little bit.
Well, you boys are all fired up, I'll tell you that. Northern's marching. Thanks, Steve O'Malley.
All right, see you later.
Thank you, Steve Grant. Ricky Mitchell has replaced Darrell Richardson, the tailback. Jersey repair coming up for Darrell Richardson. 13:53 left in the game. The Huskies of Northern Illinois up by 7 and threatening again. Terrell wants to throw. And is hit and sacked at the 20-yard line, and a big hit by the linebacker, Terry Hubbard. Well, he closed him out.
He sure did. And of course, Tim Terrell was not going to run that football. He was looking all the way for the touchdown, rolling out. Now, any other time, Terrell would have turned that ball up and run, but he was so concentrating downstairs, I think he even lost track of Terry Hubbard coming in on him. Big blow.
Cal State Fullerton desperately in need of a big play here with 13:19 left in the game. Got one that time from Terry Hubbard. Let's see what happens with it. It is now 3rd down 16, Northern Illinois at the Cal State Fullerton 20. What does Terrell have? Fakes to the tailback. Plenty of time, dumps it out, complete to Richardson, who's back in there. He bumps into his own man, is wrapped up at the 20-yard line. And the Huskies will have to settle for a field goal attempt. Dale Thompson off the corner, along with Andre Pineset, made the stop, and Vince Scott coming on the field.
He's trying to set up the screen. Tim Terrell puts it out to the fullback or the halfback, Darrell Richardson, and he runs into his own man right there. If it hadn't have been for running into his own guy, he might have broken it all the way.
So Vince Scott will attempt it, and it will be a 36-yard, 37-yard, let's make it, field goal attempt. Scott hit it earlier. Greg Spiker is holding. Scott has just been a tremendous kicker throughout his career, and the whistle blows before the kick is away.
Too much time,
and it's going to cost him 5, and I believe he had made the kick.
I could not tell from this angle, Fred, but I think you were right. It's going to put him back another 5 yards, and that really makes the situation a little different. It's now from the 25-yard line, so you're looking at a 42-yard field goal.
Offense,
Vince Scott, in his career, has made 42 out of 56 field goal attempts. He had a 23-yard attempt earlier in this ball game.
He's got a pretty good percentage, over 40 yards. He's 12 for 17 in his career for over 40.
41-yard attempt here now. That's plenty long enough. It is good.
Big kick for Vince Scott.
He had another 10 yards left if they needed it. Timeout here. 12:09 left in the ball game. Northern Illinois goes up by 10. Northern Illinois has driven the wedge a little bit deeper, but in the Cal Bowl, you're used to dramatic finishes and big turnarounds. It is 20-10, Northern Illinois now. Vince Scott, who just hit the field goal, teeing it up to kick it off with 12:09 left in the ball game. But we've seen bigger turnarounds than this in this game, Ken.
Being a veteran of one California Bowl, you know that you're never going to relax till that gun goes off. And Fullerton State has got to get themselves back in the ball game again. A dominant Northern Illinois team in this second half, beginning to run away with it.
Vince Scott hits it short. Corn Reddick with the football. Nope, check it. It is Wade Lockett with the football, and he is dropped at the 21-22-yard line. Cal State Fullerton will take it over. A long way to go in the ball game. Still 12 minutes, 3 seconds to play. The first time today that the lead has been more than 7 points. Rick Burns made the stop that time for the Huskies.
I had the impression on that last drive by Northern Illinois, had Fullerton State gotten out unscathed, that could have changed this ball game around again.
Wade Lockett wide to the right side. James Pruitt wide left. Damon Allen needs to get the Titan offense cranked up again. Allen throws complete to the fullback, Todd Gerhardt. Good defense by Northern Illinois. They had the play diagnosed well. Gerhardt with the reception, but stopped immediately. Steve O'Malley was there along with Sheldon Sobel, and Sobel's had a big defensive day for the Huskies.
Sheldon Sobel's been all over the football field. Now, I believe at this point, Damon Allen's got to start getting the ball off a little bit quicker, and they've got to start looking for their quick outlets. Todd Gerhardt gets stopped there, doesn't know what to do, stands still, and that doesn't work with Northern Illinois.
Loss of 5, 2nd and 15 at their own 19-yard line now for Cal State Fullerton. Send Pruitt and Pitts wide left. Double wide outs on the left side for Cal State Fullerton. Bob Kent, the tight end right. Damon Allen again wanting to throw. Fires for Pruitt. Complete. Good catch across the 40 at the 42-yard line. Big play for Cal State Fullerton. First down near midfield.
And that's a great call by the referee on that case, because Pruitt was knocked out of bounds after making that reception. They keep running that little flag pattern. They're flooding that zone over there. Good reception by James Pruitt.
11-12 left in the ball game. Cal State Fullerton establishing some field position here, trying to open it up. They send Corn Reddick right to the right side. Set the backs in the eye. Gerhardt the fullback. Lewis is the tailback. Now bring Pitts in motion. Damon Allen looking. Wants to throw it. Does for Gerhardt. Incomplete. They got a little bit desperate that time and could not connect as heat was being applied by the Northern Illinois defense. Doug Bartlett, the nose guard, the principal man who had some on him.
Came very close to going over the line of scrimmage, which would have not helped the cause. There's Gene Murphy scouring the sidelines looking for help. He's got enough plays in that repertoire of his. He can pull it out. BC 2A Coach of the Year, 1983. He's really taken the Fullerton State program and brought it back.
But they've had to battle uphill. They don't have their own stadium. They played only 3 home games all year, and 2 of those got moved to another stadium. Back when they ran on the field yesterday, they yelled home game, and they're playing in Fresno. Second down 10. It's going to be a first down. That was Terry Whaley, and at the tailback, making the big play. Whaley carrying it for the first time today and very effectively. Well, maybe Frace Troops for the answer.
It looks like when you need a big play, you just bring somebody off the bench and they'll do it. That's a great trap block there. And Terry Whaley makes a super run getting away from the tackler there, and he takes off for the sideline, showing some great speed. A run of 25 yards. We see it from another angle. They never stop pursuing. Rick Burns, Steve Hirsch, they're always going after that ball carrier.
So first down, Titans at the 34-yard line of Northern Illinois with 10:39 left in the game. Give us to the fullback, and they're down about the 31-yard line.
Plenty of time, no need to panic. Looks like Northern Illinois has really taken over the center of that offensive line of Fullerton State. They're doing much better out on the corners.
Wade Lockett comes off the sideline with the play. Here's Bill Mallory, the Mid-America Conference Coach of the Year. Very successful man. That is Stanky warming up on the sideline for Cal State Fullerton. 2nd down, 6. Mix-up. The ball got loose. You could hear him yelling ball. Cal State Fullerton recovered.
It sounded like a cannon going off. I don't know if somebody got hit or somebody slapped their helmet. A little mix-up. Terry Whaley new in the ball game. Looks like they get a little confusion there. Damon Allen going in after the football. A lot of courage shown there. Could have been a big play for Northern Illinois.
Al Kruger recovered it for the Titans of Cal State Fullerton. There has not been a turnover in this ball game yet. Almost there. It is now 3rd and 6 for Cal State Fullerton. Allen needs a first down, throws and gets it. It's complete to Allen Pitts, who's out of bounds at the 20-yard line, and the Titans come up with a big first down with 9:14 left in the game.
I'm extremely impressed with Damon Allen, showing a lot of poise. Allen Pitts, all of their receivers have looked super today. There he rolls out. He's got a blitzer right in his face. He stays there. He stays calm. He hits Allen Pitts right where he's supposed to.
Rick Considine drives him out of bounds. 1st and 10. Cal State Fullerton at the 20-yard line of Northern Illinois.
You know, quarterbacks get kidded a lot, but it takes a lot of courage to stand in there when you know you're going to get hit.
It's no fun. Send Pruitt and Pitts wide to the right side. Pitch out is to Lewis. Oh, tried to hurdle at the 20-yard line, knocked down at the 18, and Jeff Sanders came off the corner to make the play.
Looked a little bit more spectacular than it really was. Roy Lewis helping that by getting himself up off the ground.
8 minutes, 56 seconds left in the football game. If Fullerton gets something here, now they're right back in it. Cornelius Reddick brings the play in. James Pruitt kind of limping as he goes off.
Real decision type of situation, whether you, if this gets down to it, would you go for the field goal or would you try to get that touchdown first?
Take anything you can get right now, maybe. Allen, well, he might have been interfered with, and he was.
No doubt about it.
Whaley came out of the backfield, and Rick Considine bumped him before the football got there. It's a big first down for Cal State Fullerton.
If you're going to impede his progress, you better be going for the football. I don't think much question about it. Rick Considine.
Well, they're having a big conference on the sideline. There are 2 flags down over there. Well, there's one down in the backfield. We may have offsetting penalties. We'll see what we've got.
They're picking up the flag. They're picking up the flag defensively and assessing a holding penalty against Fullerton State. Now, that's the worst of all worlds.
Oh, you talk about a turnaround.
I would call that a major turnaround. Here you think you've got the ball down in scoring territory. Not only do you bring the ball back to the line of scrimmage, but you lose 10 more yards on top of it.
It looked like 1st and goal for the Titans of Cal State Fullerton.
Offense. You had an uncatchable pass, which is no penalty. Be 2nd down.
I hate to argue with the referee, but that pass was catchable.
Well, he doesn't hate to argue. That's Gene Murphy.
I don't blame him a bit. I don't blame him a bit. I believe, honestly, the receiver had a chance to get to that ball, and I can understand his excitement. He's saying, I want to see you after the game. No, he's probably saying, come over here and talk to me.
Yeah. And nobody's going to go talk to him because they know what they're going to hear when they get there. It's 2nd down, 18, Cal State Fullerton.
Gene Murphy calling for a timeout, wants to talk this over. And in fact, I think Gene Murphy wants to just plain talk to the referee.
So the timeout is called here with 8:31 left in this game. Northern Illinois 20, Cal State Fullerton 10 is our score.